Is he born from a mother? A faint sob could be heard from the crowd. Since more and more people can no longer control their emotions, the sobs blended into one continuous sound. Echoes resound in the vast sanctuary for a poor mother, for a stillborn infant. This must be about making them operate in a group. During the emotional connection process, have we achieved collective control over them? Isn't that a bit conspiracy theory? Let's take a look. This CG is a bit overpowered, but I still get a bit of goosebumps. Another cry echoed. That voice was not sad. He's young and clear, Minus voiced. It seems to have sensed people's emotions. The Wood Eater Pop opened its eyes, emitting the first cry of life. Meanwhile, he stretches his limbs and hair, miraculously becoming abundant. Wood Eater couldn't help but hug tightly. Wood Eater couldn't help but hug the life in her arms. Joyful tears. A tear slid down from the hollow socket behind her eye mask. On top of the right hand, reflected sunlight. The cry of the young beast did not cease. That faint light seemed to be driven by the cries, gradually fading away from the void. The bindings have become complete. Let me take a screenshot. Let's use this image as a summary for today's live stream. It's enough to commemorate. Wait for me. Wait a moment. Please. Opened my live stream. Invincibility aura. Sakota's mark. The display of law. The embodiment of truth writing truth. At this moment, he lit up this unfamiliar clan. It's so terrifying, this plot. Shimmering, as if a miracle. The doctor once again responded to our expectations. He chose to bless this child. This is a once minus and minus a minus millennium holy sight play. His appearance is a revelation granted by the law. We all witnessed him. We all participated in it. From this point on, we will begin with this holy city, to end at this holy city. We are born equal. We were born as one. As Sakota. Hit. The wind blew freely across the sniper's cheeks on the roof. He didn't blink. His hands are steady. He listened as he watched him think. He judged that he had few opportunities to fire. Every bullet is precious. Whether pulling the trigger or releasing the finger, at that moment, he was no longer the hesitant brother. Before that, he and his crowd remained silent. And Doayan bent down and hugged Wood Eater in her arms. This is the reborn Lemieux. I'm really glad I could hear about your rebirth this time. Wow. Moon. Flame blossoms wildly in the Yu Ying sanctuary. The enormous calming spirits swayed and fell. Larger sounds erupted. The explosion is swallowing up those graceful shadows in the room. This is a dream, isn't it? Or is it my obsession? You used to follow a group of brothers and sisters behind you. They were abandoned, damaged, insulted, profaned. They call you a pioneer. They walk with you. Long road ahead for you. And in the Laterano, where you claim to be loyal to equality and impartiality, you forgot about them. So, how do you want your tribe to be punished? How do you want the holy city to be rebuilt? And Doayan, what path have you truly walked? And what kind of answer will he find? If this is a dream, wake up then. If this is obsession, then let's break it down. And then we'll talk about redemption. The pontiff raised his head. He can't see who is approaching him. But the voice of the other party was too emotional. It's too infectious. Sure, it's quite captivating. The voice of XSII. He couldn't help but reach out. I was actually lying on the stained glass for 2 whole hours. You better get off the stage. My arms are going to break. XSII tightly held on to the wooden head. The world spins. Both fell to the ground simultaneously. But the ground beneath them was not solid. But it was some kind of strange softness, like a thick fog. It's like the surface of water. XSII, I can sense a tremendous power. Push yourself out. That's not an atmosphere for an explosion. It's not just a wave of explosions. But this seemingly weak woman. Is there really that much strength? XSII forcefully opens her eyes. At some point, the part of her arm she had clasped tight, it is already transformed into rough animal limbs. And the gentle face of the Wood Eater seemed to be submerged at the other end of the water surface. They are gazing across the divide between illusion and reality, offering the chime of the stone tar echoed on this side, clear and audible. Although I had already guessed that you were no good. But it seems my imagination still falls short. The Red Furnace gang didn't film it like this. However, with this approach, I won't have to worry about breaking your arm. Finally. It's a great opportunity that my friends and I finally managed to create. Come out. Why are you hiding in a dream? Why are you hiding in our Laterano? The Molo-chan obtained the Guardian Gun. It means you're entering a new phase of your life. Hey sis, come over here. We're taking a photo in front of the statue of the saint. Is the statue of the saint going to turn into some strange thing? I have to go to Lung Men. I must have most I am may explain it to me. Let's warmly celebrate Lemune starting his adventure. The passage of time will firmly bind people together, no matter what they think about it. As long as you share the same life at some point. You don't need to worry about this. Safe return home. XSII. He could feel himself moving, but he couldn't open his eyes. What is supporting his back? Very rough. But her thoughts instead drifted into an infinite softness. The pain in his body is no longer noticeable. His thoughts and aspirations are flowing into a vast ocean of faith. He couldn't help but open his eyes. You're awake, child. Your injuries are severe. Only those who walk with me. You are the only one who can stay awake during the conversion process, even though it was you who caused his interruption. We will not abandon you. Just like we relied on each other before. Crossing through the cataclysmic transformation program. You mean that dream? We have already escaped. Why do you still have a halo on your head? What kind of monster are you? Exacta, of course. The child came here to forget their origins, to embrace the new generation. Only then did she call herself that. Fortunately, thousands of years have passed. The long years have already changed your appearance and habits. Perhaps you can follow the records in the book. Call me the Saint. Of course, my spirit and flesh have long since merged with the soil beneath those walls. Integrated as one. What you see now is just a segment of code from his post-human program. A ghost carrying countless memories. In his view, the main road of Sakada Island was named after a saint, so it should be continued by the saint, to lead you through the Pygand into the future. I don't understand where you want me to take you. The child is not yours. I am all of Laterano. XSII strained to turn her head. Damn it. A monster, known as a saint, is hugging itself. He was closely followed by Sakota and the halo above her head. Ali B, or a even unseen creatures. That was a large team. It will move towards the distance as far as the eye can see. Exosai, I can sense that they are not mere zombies. Even empathy hasn't disappeared. It shouldn't be said that it's unprecedentedly strong. The faith of countless individuals is coalescing into a vast ocean. They followed behind the saint to go to a specific destination. Even if it's the saint's footsteps, it also does not record such an extraordinary sight. The past few millennia had accustomed him to conveying the revelations to him. Selected individual, doubt, unlock simulation. Let Laterano find direction through insight. But this time it's too slow. It has never been so restless. The master of all things has awakened. Threatening presence nearby. It needs to fulfill its original mission. And in the destined future, there is no location for Sakoda. He only had time to present his perception directly to each individual. Force his unique solution into reality. A more solid group of Sakoda. A later entity that should be like this. My head is swelling from listening. Oh my goodness. He's been here for a long time. You said, who exactly is it? We are going to see him. That is the foundation of faith. That was where it all began. Even in the deepest nightmare. It cannot compare to the cruel reality we face now. And as the transformation program collapses, his actions have probably been discovered. Time is running out. Me and him. We might still have a chance to continue Sakoda's future. Return to the source. The 26th interaction simulation has ended. The emergency response mechanism has failed. New emergency response mechanism not generated. Simulation failed. The Laterano conversion program continues to run. I rely on my grandfather, KFC. Yes, previously mentioned in the story. And Doain mentioned this before. Explain the original source of the laws to the Pontified and Doain. It's this scene again. Our discussion has once again returned to its origins. Really? I quickly thought about it. I really want to get back to the ground. And she also wanted to try pomegranate juice and ice cream. At least get some good sleep in the sofa. I can no longer feel my lips. And also the knees. Suddenly fell into an abnormal state. And I came here seeking answers. How long has it been? What exactly accelerated that plague? To the point where you need to overturn all previous emergency response forcefully mechanisms. Synchronize information directly with everyone. Let the entire Laterano undergo such a tremendous change. When the time comes, the light from Lord Lin on Sakoda will be taken away. Will Laterano still be considered Laterano in the future? The current Pope, Evangelista XI. Request for the 27th interaction simulation. Evangelista XI refuses to assist in completing the transformation program. Evaluating interaction delay request. But not everyone understands the truth and significance behind Laterano. Those with a fixation. At least that's not appealing to me. I've already caught a glimpse of him. There is a machine behind, right? Since that's the case, the answer is destined to be boring. Oh, he prefers people. Just now, we were talking about our experience in Trimal's. A plague of the same level as Faraday is currently ravaging the city. People get lost or struggle within it. At this moment, there are millions of voices in Laterano worth listening to. Arturia, you now turn around. It means you will face the enemies in the maze alone. Originally, there was also a need for someone to distract those guys. Isn't that right? Your guardian gun has been lost. You lack basic defensive measures. Perhaps I can find a way to make them my audience. Don't worry, Faraday. I'm also a dangerous individual designated by the loss of people. Okay, so cool. Low survival probability. Executor decides to let them pass. Time doesn't wait for anyone. If you two hadn't planned on turning back, there would be no need for a goodbye. So long, my dear brother. The woman in front of you extends her hand. Second thoughts about returning it. What exactly is he trying to do? He turned around and continued walking forward when he put it down. Not bad, Doctor. There's no way this will work. Everything before our eyes will not cease. Aren't you curious about the final result? Follow him. He knows you'll follow him. Doctor is acting weird. I noted down the path we walked here. What the heck is this feeling? The trio consists of Doctor, Priestess, and Monster. Can it be changed to Kalzi Zamihaya? Something is wrong with the rescue. I noted down the path we took here. From Yuying Sanctuary to Nightstone Tower. Go to the notary office in Migalian District. Continue forward. It's the Western Assembly Chapel. Pedrick mentioned this route when we chatted. That is the gathering route for the monsters. And the surrounding scenes of abnormal destruction. It is constantly being mapped here. The chaos in Laterano continues. And we are traveling alongside them in another dimension. When cognition is redefined, you saw this desolate city. More and more began to appear, like a frozen frame from a film strip. Battle explosion. Prayer chant. The XSII you see. You see that holy monster. You cannot determine if these scenes are a result of your actions. Or did he show it to you? This might help you clarify your thoughts better. It's also safer. The place you want to find is right ahead. PCS headquarters. It is also the endpoint for all pilgrimages to Sako Minesta. The countdown has already begun. Doctor. The original ocean stretches endlessly. The person staring at him. You will soon realize all my observations about him are meaningless. The view within her sight was indistinguishable from anything else. People don't even know where to look. Just at this moment. Above this sea where all things are unified, is there still something shining clearly? As if it were the Sea of Origin IUM. As if it were the Sea of Origin at its end, it converges into a river that flows upward towards the sky. Countless fragments of Origin, IUM rose from the sea, orderly drifting towards the desolate void. It has sharp edges, varied shapes, some as insignificant as dust particles, some are as vast as stars. But none of them were an exception. But none of them were without a glimmer of light. We drift just as we did between the past and future. We shimmer just as we do between the statues and the void. Angels without beginning or end. The number of angels remains unchanged. Angels are neither alive nor dead, in a place where everything does not exist. Only we exist in the form of angels. The last rule of the gods is to kill the gods. Is he born from a mother?
人群中传来极低的啜泣声。
A faint sob could be heard from the crowd.
既然越来越多的人再也无法控制住自己的情绪，
Since more and more people can no longer control their emotions,
哭声连缀成一片，
the sobs blended into one continuous sound.
在空旷的圣堂中回荡，
Echoes resound in the vast sanctuary.
为一个可怜的母亲，
For a poor mother,
为一个夭折的婴儿。
for a stillborn infant.
这难道是要让他们在一种群体
This must be about making them operate in a group.
情绪连接的过程中，
During the emotional connection process,
达成对他们的集体控制吗？
have we achieved collective control over them?
这么想是不是有点阴谋论啊？
Isn't that a bit conspiracy theory?
先看一下吧。
Let's take a look.
哦，这张 CG 有点无敌，
This CG is a bit overpowered,
但是我又有点鸡皮疙瘩了。
but I still get a bit of goosensed.
又一声哭声响起，
Another cry echoed.
那声音并不悲伤，
That voice was not sad.
它稚嫩而嘹亮，
He's young and clear, Minus voiced.
仿佛是感应到了人们的情绪。
It seems to have sensed people's emotions.
木潘兽幼崽睁开了眼睛，
The wood eater pop opened its eyes,
发出生命中第一声呐喊。
emitting the first cry of life.
与此同时，
Meanwhile,
他舒展着肢体，毛发
he stretches his limbs and hair,
奇迹般变得丰盈。
miraculously becoming abundant.
木兽忍不住抱紧了怀，
Wood eater couldn't help but hug tightly.
木兽忍不住抱紧了怀中的生命，
Wood eater couldn't help but hug the life in her arms.
喜极而泣，
Joyful tears.
一滴泪从他眼罩后空洞的眼眶中滑落，
A tear slid down from the hollow socket behind her eye mask,
落在右手的头顶，
on top of the right hand,
折射出太阳的光亮。
reflected sunlight.
右手的哭声未停，
The cry of the young beast did not cease.
那点光亮像是被哭声催动，
That faint light seemed to be driven by the cries,
一点点从虚空中褪去
gradually fading away from the void.
束缚，变得圆满。
The bindings have become complete.
让我截张图吧。
Let me take a screenshot.
今天的剧情直播就拿这张图作为总结吧，
Let's use this image as a summary for today's live stream.
有点足以纪念了。
It's enough to commemorate.
稍等我一下，
Wait for me.
稍等我一下。
Wait a moment. Please.
我操，打开了我的直播间。
Opened my live stream.
无敌的光环，
Invincibility aura.
萨克塔的印记，
Sakota's mark.
律法的彰显，
The display of law.
真理的显，真理的具象。
The embodiment of truth writing truth.
此刻，他点亮了这个陌生的族类，
At this moment, he lit up this unfamiliar clan.
太恐怖了，
It's so terrifying.
这个剧情
This plot.
熠熠生辉，
Shimmering.
仿佛奇迹。
As if a miracle.
主再一次回应了我们的期待，
The doctor once again responded to our expectations.
他选择为这个孩子赐福，
He chose to bless this child.
这是千年难遇的圣迹。在以的
This is a once minus and minus a minus millennium holy sight plague.
当前，他的出现是律法给予我们的启示。
Currently, his appearance is a revelation granted by the law.
我们每一个人都见证了他，
We all witnessed him.
我们每一个人都参与了他。
We all participated in it.
此后，以这座圣城为始，
From this point on, we will begin with this holy city.
以这座圣城为终。
To end at this holy city.
我们生而平等，
We are born equal.
我们生而为一。
We were born as one.
作为
As Sakota.
或玉音圣堂木手起法已命中，
Hit.
天台的风肆意吹过狙击手的脸颊，
The wind blew freely across the sniper's cheeks on the rooftop.
他没有眨眼，
He didn't blink.
他的手很稳，
His hands are steady.
他听，他看，他想，
He listened as he watched him think.
他判断，他没有多少开火的机会，
He judged that he had few opportunities to fire.
每一颗子弹都很珍贵，
Every bullet is precious.
无论是扣动扳机还是松开手指，
Whether pulling the trigger or releasing the finger.
那一刻他都不再有犹豫的资格。
At that moment, he was no longer the hesitant brother.
在那之前，
Before that,
他和他的冲都沉默不语。
he and his crowd remained silent.
安多恩弯下腰，将木潘兽抱在了怀中。
And Owain bent down and hugged Wood Eater in her arms.
这个冲声，雷妙安，
This is the reborn Lemune.
真高兴这次能听见你的冲声。
I'm really glad I could hear about your rebirth this time.
哇
Wow.
哦，牛啊！
Moo.
火花在育婴室内肆意绽放，
Flame blossoms wildly in the Yu Ying sanctuary.
巨大的安抚铃摇晃着坠落，
The enormous calming spirits weighed and fell.
迸溅出更大的声响。
Larger sounds erupted.
爆炸正在吞没房间内那些曼妙的光影。
The explosion is swallowing up those graceful shadows in the room.
这究竟是梦境，
This is a dream, isn't it?
还是你我的执念？
Or is it my obsession?
曾经，你的身后跟随着一群兄弟姐妹，
You used to follow a group of brothers and sisters behind you.
他们被厌弃、
They were abandoned,
被损毁、
damaged,
被侮辱、
insulted,
被亵渎。
profaned.
他们称你为先导，
They call you a pioneer.
他们与你同行
They walk with you.
长路。在你，
Long road ahead for you.
而在你自认忠于平等无私的拉特兰里，
And in the Laterano, where you claim to be loyal to equality and impartiality,
你遗忘了他们。
you forgot about them.
那么，你渴望族群被怎样刑诉？
So, how do you want your tribe to be punished?
你渴望圣城被怎样重建？
How do you want the holy city to be rebuilt?
安多恩，
Andoain,
你所行的究竟是怎样的道途？
what path have you truly walked?
它又通向怎样的答案？
And what kind of answer will he find?
倘若这是梦境，
If this is a dream,
那就醒来；
wake up then.
倘若这是执念，
If this is obsession,
那就破去。
then let's break it down.
而后我们再谈救赎。
And then we'll talk about redemption.
啊！牧首抬头，
The pontiff raised his head.
他看不见接近自己的人是谁，
He can't see who is approaching him.
但对方的声音太过于有感
But the voice of the other party was too emotional.
有感染力，
It's too infectious.
确实很有感染力嘛。
Sure, it's quite captivating.
能天使的声音，
The voice of Exosii.
他情不自禁地伸出了
He couldn't help but reach out.
手。我可是在彩窗上趴了足足2个小时，
I was actually lying on the stained glass for 2 whole hours.
你再不从这起身台上走下来，
You better get off the stage.
我的胳膊都要断了。
My arms are going to break.
能天使紧紧地扣住了木手，
Exosii tightly held on to the wooden head.
天旋地转，
The world spins.
两人同时跌倒在地，
Both fell to the ground simultaneously.
但他们身下并非坚实的地面，
But the ground beneath them was not solid.
而是某种诡异的柔软，
But it was some kind of strange softness,
像是浓雾，
like a thick fog.
又像是水面。
It's like the surface of water.
能天使能够感受到一股巨大的力
Exosii, I can sense a tremendous power.
将自己往外推，
Push yourself out.
那绝不是爆炸的气，
That's not an atmosphere for an explosion.
绝不只是爆炸的气浪。
It's not just a wave of explosions.
可是这个看起来柔柔弱弱的女性，
But this seemingly weak woman,
真的有这么大的力气吗？
is there really that much strength?
能天使奋力睁开眼睛，
Exosii forcefully opens her eyes.
不知何时，
At some point,
自己扣紧的那截手臂
the part of her arm she had clasped tightly,
已经变成了粗糙的动物肢体，
it is already transformed into rough animal limbs.
而木手温柔的脸像是隐没在了水面的另一端。
And the gentle face of the wood eater seemed to be submerged at the other end of the water surface.
他们正隔着虚假与真实对望，而其实
They are gazing across the divide between illusion and reality, offering enlightenment.
史塔的钟声在自己这一侧响起，
The chime of the stone tower echoed on this side,
清晰可闻。
clear and audible.
虽然早就猜到你这家伙不是什么好东西，
Although I had already guessed that you were no good,
但没想到我的想象力还是不太够啊！
but it seems my imagination still falls short.
红炉涉罪也没这么拍的吧？
The Red Furnace Gang didn't film it like this, did they?
不过这样我可就不担心把你的胳膊拽断了。
However, with this approach, I won't have to worry about breaking your arm.
好不容易，
Finally,
我的朋友们才创造出了这样的机会。
it's a great opportunity that my friends and I finally managed to create.
出来吧，
Come out.
你凭什么躲在梦里？
Why are you hiding in a dream?
凭什么躲在我们的拉特兰？
Why are you hiding in our Laterano?
小乐得到守护冲
The Molo-chan obtained the Guardian Gun.
意味着你迈进人生的新阶段了。
It means you're entering a new phase of your life.
姐姐快来，
Hey sis, come over here.
我们在圣头像前合张影。
We're taking a photo in front of the statue of the saint.
圣头像要变成什么奇怪的东西了是吗？
Is the statue of the saint going to turn into some strange thing?
我必须去龙门，
I have to go to Lungmen.
我必须让莫斯提玛给我说清楚。
I must have Most I Am may explain it to me.
热烈庆祝雷妙乐开始他的冒险。
Let's warmly celebrate Lemune starting his adventure.
岁月会牢牢将人绑在一起，
The passage of time will firmly bind people together.
无论他们对此作何想法。
No matter what they think about it,
只要你们某时某刻共享着同一种生活，
as long as you share the same life at some point,
你就无需为此担忧。
you don't need to worry about this.
回家顺利，
Safe return home.
能天使。
Exasaya.
他能感受到自己在移动，
He could feel himself moving,
但他睁不开眼睛，
but he couldn't open his eyes.
有什么东西在拖着他的背，
What is supporting his back?
很粗糙，
Very rough.
但思绪反而陷入无限的柔软里，
But her thoughts instead drifted into an infinite softness.
连身体的疼痛都不再明显。
The pain in his body is no longer noticeable.
他的所思所想正汇入一片浩瀚的信仰的海洋。
His thoughts and aspirations are flowing into a vast ocean of faith.
他情不自禁地睁开了眼睛，
He couldn't help but open his eyes.
哦，你醒了，孩子，
You're awake, child.
你的伤很重，
Your injuries are severe.
唯有与我同行，
Only those who walk with me.
你才能在转化程序中保持清醒。
You are the only one who can stay awake during the conversion process,
虽然是你造成了他的中断，
even though it was you who caused his interruption.
我们不会放弃你，
We will not abandon you,
就像我们曾经相互依靠着，
just like we relied on each other before.
穿越肆虐的天灾，转化程序。
Crossing through the cataclysmic transformation program.
你是说那个梦？
You mean that dream?
我们明明已经脱离，
We have already escaped.
为什么你的头顶还有光环？
Why do you still have a halo on your head?
你到底是什么怪物？
What kind of monster are you?
萨克塔当然会有光环，
Exacta, of course, would have an aura.
孩子，为了遗忘来处，
The child came here to forget their origins,
为了拥抱新生，族群
to embrace the new generation.
才如此称呼自己。
Only then did she call herself that.
幸好，数千年的时间，
Fortunately, thousands of years have passed.
漫长的岁月早已改变了你们形貌和习性。
The long years have already changed your appearance and habits.
或许你可以按照书页中的记载，
Perhaps you can follow the records in the book.
称呼我为圣徒。
Call me the saint.
当然，我的灵与肉早已和拉坦城墙下的土壤
Of course, my spirit and flesh have long since merged with the soil beneath those walls,
融为一体。
integrated as one.
此刻你所见的只是他浩瀚程序中的一段代码，
What you see now is just a segment of code from his post-minus human program.
一个承载着无数记忆的幽灵。
A ghost carrying countless memories.
在他看来，
In his view,
萨克达的长路由圣徒而起，
the main road of Sakada Island was named after a saint,
那么理应由圣徒来延续，
so it should be continued by the saint,
来引领你们越过灾异，抵达未来。
to lead you through the plague and into the future.
听不懂，你要带我去哪里？
I don't understand where you want me to take you.
孩子，不是你
The child is not yours.
我，是所有拉特兰人。
I am all of Laterano.
能天使
Exosaya.
努力扭头，
Strained to turn her head.
我操！
Damn it.
号称圣徒的怪物怀抱着自己，
The monster, known as a saint, is hugging itself.
在他身后紧紧跟随着
He was closely followed by
萨克塔以及头顶光环的黎伯利、威灵，
Sakota and the halo above her head. Ali B or a felon.
甚至是种种见所未见的生物。
Even unseen creatures.
那是一支庞大的队伍，
That was a large team.
逶迤向远方，
It will move towards the distant,
一眼望不到尽头。
as far as the eye can see.
能天使能感受到，他们并非行尸走肉，
Exosaya can sense that they are not mere zombies.
甚至共感都未消失。
Even empathy hasn't disappeared.
不，应该说前所未有的强烈。
It shouldn't be said that it's unprecedentedly strong.
无数个体的信仰正凝结成浩瀚的海洋，
The faith of countless individuals is coalescing into a vast ocean.
他们跟在圣徒身后，
They followed behind the saint
要去往一个明确的目的地，
to go to a specific destination.
哪怕是圣徒行迹，
Even if it's the saint's footsteps.
也不曾记载如此离奇的盛景。
It also does not record such an extraordinary sight.
过往的数千年， 让他习惯了将启示传达给他
The past few millennia had accustomed him to conveying the revelations to him.
选中的个体，
Selected individual.
质疑、
Doubt.
解经、推演，
Unlock simulation.
让拉特兰人在体悟中找到方向。
Let Laterano find direction through insight.
但这一次太慢，
But this time it's too slow.
他从未如此躁动不安。
It has never been so restless.
那万物的主人已经醒来，
The master of all things has awakened.
威胁近在咫尺，
Threatening presence nearby.
他需要履行他本来的使命。
It needs to fulfill its original mission.
而在注定的未来里，
And in the destined future,
并没有萨克塔的位置，
there is no location for Sakota.
他只来得及将他的感知直接呈现给每一个个体，
He only had time to present his perception directly to each individual.
将他的唯一解强行变成现实。
Force his unique solution into reality.
一个存在更加坚实的萨克塔群体，
A more solid group of Sakota.
一座本应如此的拉特兰城。
A later entity that should be like this.
啊，听得我脑袋发胀，
My head is swelling from listening.
真要命啊！
Oh my goodness.
他来他去了半天，
He's been here for a long time.
你说到底是谁？
You said. Who exactly is it?
我们正要去见他，
We are going to see him.
那是信仰的基石，
That is the foundation of faith.
那是一切的肇始。
That was where it all began.
孩子，再深沉的噩梦
Even in the deepest nightmare,
也无法比拟残酷的现实。
it cannot compare to the cruel reality we face now.
而随着转化程序的崩毁，
And as the transformation program collapses,
他的行为恐怕已经被窥见。
his actions have probably been discovered.
时间不多了，
Time is running out.
我和他，
Me and him.
我们或许还来得及延续萨克塔的未来。
We might still have a chance to continue Sakota's future.
回到原点，
Return to the source.
第26次交互推演结束，
The 26th interaction simulation has ended.
请用紧急应对机制已失效，
The emergency response mechanism has failed.
新紧急应对机制未生成，
New emergency response mechanism not generated.
推演结果失败。
Simulation failed.
拉特兰强制转化程序继续运行。
The Laterano conversion program continues to run.
我靠，肯德基爷爷，
I rely on my grandfather. KFC.
是的，
Yes.
之前剧情里面讲过的。
Previously mentioned in the story.
安多恩那篇的时候讲过，
And Owain mentioned this before.
就教宗跟安多恩解释律法的最初由来，
Explain the original source of the laws to the Pontified and Owain.
就只有程序2个字。又是这幅图景，
It's this scene again.
我们的讨论再一次回到了原点。
Our discussion has once again returned to its origins.
说真的，
Really?
我赶紧想，
I quickly thought about it.
我真想赶紧回到地面，
I really want to get back to the ground.
并想番石榴汁和甜筒，
And she also wanted to try pomegranate juice and ice cream.
起码窝进沙发里好好睡一觉。
At least get some good sleep in the sofa.
我已经感受不到我的嘴唇了，
I can no longer feel my lips.
还有膝盖。
And also the knees.
自你突然陷入异常，
Suddenly fell into an abnormal state.
而我赶来这里寻求解答。
And I came here seeking answers.
已经过去了多久？
How long has it been?
那场灾异究竟因何加速，
What exactly accelerated that plague?
以至于你需要推翻此前所有的紧急应对机制，
To the point where you need to overturn all previous emergency response mechanisms.
强行向所有人直接同步信息，
Forcefully synchronize information directly with everyone.
让整个拉特兰都经历如此巨变。
Let the entire Laterano undergo such a tremendous change.
到时候，萨克塔身上主灵的光将被揭去。
When the time comes, the light from Lord Lin on Sakota will be taken away.
到时候，拉特兰还能否算是拉特兰？
Will Laterano still be considered Laterano in the future?
现任教宗伊万杰利斯塔一世
The current Pope, Evangelista XI.
请求第27次交互推演。
Request for the 27th interaction simulation.
伊万杰利斯塔11世拒绝协助完成转化程序，
Evangelista XI refuses to assist in completing the transformation program.
正在对交互推演请求进行判断。
Evaluating interaction delay request. . 。 。 。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。。
但不是每个人都对拉塔兰的真相和意义
But not everyone understands the truth and significance behind Laterano.
那么有执念的，
So, those with a fixation.
起码那对我毫无吸引力。
At least that's not appealing to me.
刚刚我已经窥见了他的一角，门
I've already caught a glimpse of him.
后面是一台机器，
There is a machine behind,
对吧？
right?
是。既然如此，
Since that's the case,
答案注定是无聊的。
the answer is destined to be boring.
哎，他比较喜欢人。
Oh, he prefers people.
想想我们在崔林特尔梅的经历，
Just now, we were talking about our experience in Tri-Mounts.
费迪，一场同等级的灾疫正在侵袭城市，
A plague of the same level as Ferides is currently ravaging the city.
人们在其中迷失或挣扎。
People get lost or struggle within it.
此刻，拉特兰有几百万值得倾听的心声。
At this moment, there are millions of voices in Laterano worth listening to.
阿尔图罗，
Arturia,
你现在转身，
you now turn around.
意味着你将独自面对迷宫里的敌人。
It means you will face the enemies in the maze alone.
本来也需要有人帮你们把那些家伙引开，
Originally, there was also a need for someone to distract those guys.
还不是吗？
Isn't that right?
你的守护冲已经遗失，
Your guardian gun has been lost.
你缺乏基本的防卫手段。
You lack basic defensive measures.
或许我可以想办法让他们成为我的听众。
Perhaps I can find a way to make them my audience.
别紧张，
Don't worry,
费迪，
Fairy.
我也是拉塔人钦定的危险分子哦。
I'm also a dangerous individual designated by the loss of people.
OK 的，帅的，帅的。
Okay, so cool.
现状评级高危，存活概率低，
Low survival probability.
执行者决定放行。
Executor decides to let them pass.
时间不等人，
Time doesn't wait for anyone.
两位没想过转身的话，就不用为我送别了。
If you two hadn't planned on turning back, there would be no need for a goodbye.
那么再见，我亲爱的弟弟。
So long, my dear brother.
眼前的女人向你伸出了手，
The woman in front of you extends her hand.
迟疑退后。
Second thoughts about returning it.
她到底想干什么？
What exactly is he trying to do?
她放下了手，转身继续向前走去。
He turned around and continued walking forward when he put it down.
不赖，博士，
Not bad, Doctor.
眼前的一切都不会，
There's no way this will work.
眼前的一切都不会停下。
Everything before our eyes will not cease.
最后的结果你不好奇吗？
Aren't you curious about the final result?
跟上他。
Follow him.
他知道你会跟上他。
He knows you'll follow him.
博士，不对劲，
Doctor is acting weird.
我记下了我们走来这里的道路。
I noted down the path we walked here.
我靠，这种什么感觉啊？
What the heck is this feeling?
三人组是博士加普瑞塞斯加 Monster，
The trio consists of Doctor, Priestess, and Monster.
能不能换成凯尔西加阿米亚呀？
Can it be changed to Kalzi Zamihaya?
救命！不对劲，
Something is wrong with the rescue.
我记下了我们走来这里的道路，
I noted down the path we took here.
从育婴圣堂到启示石塔，
From Yuying Sanctuary to Nightstone Tower.
再到米加莱昂区的公证所，
Go to the notary office in Miguelian District.
继续向前
Continue forward.
就是西会礼拜堂。
It's the Western Assembly Chapel.
佩德里克同我闲聊时曾提起过这条路线，
Pedrick mentioned this route when we chatted.
那是怪物们汇聚起来的行动路线，
That is the gathering route for the monsters.
还有周围那些异常被迫害的景象，
And the surrounding scenes of abnormal destruction.
正不断被映射到这里。
It is constantly being mapped here.
拉特兰的混乱还在继续，
The chaos in Laterano continues.
而我们正在另一个维度与他们同行。
And we are traveling alongside them in another dimension.
当认知被重新阐述的瞬间，
When cognition is redefined.
你看到了这座死寂的城市里
You saw this desolate city.
开始浮现出越来越多
More and more began to appear.
如同被抽帧的定格画面，
Like a frozen frame from a film strip.
战斗、爆炸、
Battle explosion.
祈祷、吟唱。
Prayer chant.
你看到了能天使，
The XSII you see.
你看到那圣洁的怪物，
You see that holy monster.
你无法判断这些画面是因你而出现，
You cannot determine if these scenes are a result of your actions.
还是他让你看到的。
Or did he show it to you?
这样或许更方便你厘清自己的思路，
This might help you clarify your thoughts better.
也更安全一些。
It's also safer.
你们想要找的地方就在前面
The place you want to find is right ahead.
，PCS 的所在地，
PCS headquarters.
也是所有萨克塔朝圣的终点。
It is also the endpoint for all pilgrimages to Sako Minasta.
倒计时已经开始了，
The countdown has already begun.
博士。
Doctor,
原始的海洋一望无际，
the original ocean stretches endlessly.
凝视他的人
The person staring at him.
很快会意识到，
You will soon realize
对他的所有观察都毫无意义。
all my observations about him are meaningless.
当目所能及的景象皆无任何分别，
The view within her sight was indistinguishable from anything else.
人连目光都不知该落在何处。
People don't even know where to look.
只是此时此刻，
Just at this moment,
在这万物统一的汪洋之上，
above the sea where all things are unified,
仍有什么事物在分明的闪烁，
is there still something shining clearly?
仿佛原始之海，
As if it were the Sea of Origin IUM.
仿佛原始之海，
As if it were the Sea of Origin IUM.
在它尽头又汇作一条倒涌向天上的河流，
At its end, it converges into a river that flows upward towards the sky.
不计其数的原石碎屑从海面上扬升而起，
Countless fragments of Origin IUM rose from the sea,
秩序井然地向着空无一物的远方漂流。
orderly drifting towards the desolate void.
它棱角分明，
It has sharp edges,
形状各异，
varied shapes,
有些如尘埃般渺小，
some as insignificant as dust particles,
有些如星辰般庞大，
some are as vast as stars,
但它无一例外，
but none of them more an exception.
但它们无一例外都承载着一抹微光。
But none of them were without a glimmer of light.
我们漂流，一如我们在过去未来间漂流；
We drift just as we did between the past and future.
我们闪烁，一如我们在实相与虚无间闪烁。
We shimmer just as we do between the statues and the void.
天使无始无终，
Angels without beginning or end.
天使不增不减，
The number of angels remains unchanged.
天使非生非死，
Angels are neither alive nor dead.
在一切都不存在的存在中，
In a place where everything does not exist,
唯我们以天使的形式存在。
only we exist in the form of angels.
神明最后的旨意是杀死神明，
The last rule of the gods is to kill the gods.